Hey, what's going on, everyone? Representing USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster from Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with the 91st episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. And alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed. So make sure you turn on your notifications to so you can know when each episode is going to be dropping on every streaming platforms, including YouTube. Um, And speaking of YouTube, if you are new to the YouTube universe and you missed any new and previous latest episodes, please feel free to grab that subscribe button on the Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast YouTube channel page. Tap that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. And of course, leave a like and a comment along with the episodes that is basically the music artists and everybody else that's being reviewed. And of course, more video content, upcoming episodes, and previous episodes whatsoever, so you can catch up on all the episodes in case you miss any of them. And I will go over where you can listen to the episodes on every streaming platforms at the end of the show. Now, hold on a second, man. I did add something last night while I was recording episode 201 of my New York podcast. So we're gonna start off with a little thing that I like to call mental health checking for us. No, hold on. A little thing I like to call mental health checking for a second. All right. Now, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually, um, I was exhausted yesterday from work. Um, but I am fully energized. I'm basically like physically I'm all right. Spiritually, overall, I am I am still full of excitement from reaching 200 episodes of my number one show, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast. In case anybody didn't hear, um, we just did 200 episodes. Now 201 episodes. Tomorrow, which is Halloween, I will be recording episode 202, which is going to be a Halloween episode. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much what I feel mentally, physically, and spiritually overall. So everything is all good. I mean, sometimes I'll have my days, but it doesn't matter though, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. As long as I'm still relevant, trying to make more content, and doing the best I can to reach episode 100 with this platform right here, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And I am gonna make it happen. That's pretty much who I am, and basically how I move. How I move is way different from other people. So you know what I'm saying. So anyway, that was your mental health check-in. Now, today we are reviewing Tank's latest album and, of course, the podcast, which is the same name, which is R&B Money, um, along with Omarion and, of course, Mario, and along with upcoming video games that's coming out on each date, which I will go over actually. So, first and foremost, First and foremost, yes, let's get to the segment right here. Grab your drinks, your water, your Gatorade, your mimosas, whatever drink you have in your fridge, and take a sip of this music Kool-Aid. So here it is. Okay. All right. So let's go over. Now the first music artist we're gonna get to before we get to Tank is Omarion. So Omarion is an American R&B singer, actor, and dancer, best known as the lead singer of the b-boy band B2K, which broke up. The group achieved success in the early 2000s with singles such as "Gots to Be," um, "Girlfriend," and the number one hit "Bump Bump Bump." Um, after the group, excuse me, after the group disbanded in 2004, Omarion embarked on a solo career, which led to the release of his debut album "Oh" in 2005. The album at the top of the Billboard 200 chart, and that same year he was featured on the top 10 Billboard Hot 100 hit "Let Me Hold You." All received a Grammy Award nomination for Best Contemporary R&B Album at the 48th Annual Grammy Awards. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, yes, so his second solo album, 21, in 2006, which reached the top of the Billboard 200 chart, contained Icebox, a top 20 Billboard Hot 100 hit. His third solo album, Illusion, in 2010, and peaked in the number in the top 20 rather. His fourth solo album, Sex Playlist, um, 2014, spawned in the single "Post to Be" featuring Chris Brown and Aiko, which which reached the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was certified 3 times platinum. Omarion has also ventured into acting with appearances in films such as You Got Served, which I saw that already, Fat Albert, Somebody Help Me, and the Proud Family movie. As a solo artist, he has received a BET Award, a Billboard Music Award, and a Soul Train Music Award. All right, um, so Omarion was born on November 12th, 1984, in Inglewood, California, to Leslie Burrell and Trent Granberry. His younger brother Orion is also a singer. He appeared in commercials for both Kellogg's Corn Pops and McDonald's. He started his dancing career as a background dancer for the R&B girl group Before Dark and appeared in their music videos. Mario soon began pursuing a career in music and would go on to become the lead singer of the boy band B2K. Amari joined the group B2K in 1999 and took the stage name Omarion. The group named themselves B2K, an acronym for Boys of the New Millennium. They began touring with Blue Bow Wow, now Bow Wow, of course, and eventually released their debut single, in 2001. They soon after released their debut album, the self-titled B2K, on March 12th, 2002. The album peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart. They followed the album up in December with their their second album, Pandemonium, supported by their most successful single, Bump Bump Bump, featuring Diddy. Um, the single peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. This would prove to be the group's last album as they would disband in early 2004. In early 2004, Omarion appeared in several films, most notably You Got Served, which he starred alongside Marcus Houston, as well as his former B2K bandmates. The movie centered on a group of friends of a hip hop dance crew who take part in underground dance competitions. That same year, he played the role of the school bully Reggie in the comedy Fat Albert, based on the animated series Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. On February 22nd, 2005, Omarion released his debut solo album, O. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and top R&B hip hop albums chart. The first single from the album was "Oh." The single peaked at number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. The second single, "Touch," peaked at number 94 on Billboard Hot 100. The album received a third and final release with "I'm Trying." I'm Trying to. "Oh" has sold over 758,000 copies in the United States since its release. Mario really received a Grammy nomination for the album at the 48th annual Grammy Awards for Best Contemporary R&B Album on December 26, 2006. Omarion released his second album, 21. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and top R&B hip hop albums charts. The first single from the album was "Entourage." The second single was "Icebox." Produced by Timbaland, peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 and is Omarion's most successful solo single to date, reaching gold certification by the RIAA. 21 has sold over 390,000 copies in the United States since its release. Towards the end of 2007, he displayed his acting skills in the thriller "Somebody Help Me." This movie was released exclusively on DVD and aired on BET in celebration of Halloween. Omarion also made several appearances in a number of TV shows, including 101. Omarion also played the voice of 15 Cent in the Proud Family movie. His portrayal of a rapper who gets involved with thugs in the movie "Feel the Noise," which he co-produced, received mixed reviews from critics. In late 2007, Omarion and Bow Wow recorded a collaboration album titled "Face Off." The album sold over 100,000 copies in its first week and went on to sell over 500,000 copies, reaching gold certification by the RIAA. The first single from the album was "Girlfriend," followed by "Hey Baby" as the second single. 2009 to 2010. On March 30th, 2009, Lil Wayne confirmed that Omarion was affiliated with Young Money Entertainment. 4 months later, he parted ways with the label. Both Lil Wayne and Omarion confirmed that his departure had been for business reasons. Omarion then signed with EMI and created his own label, Starward Entertainment. He later re-released the single "I Get It In" with Lil Wayne replaced by Gucci Mane. In January 2010, Omarion released his second single, "Speedin'." That same month, he released his third studio album, "Illusion," which sold 19,400 copies in its first week. Omarion also became a judge on the 5th season of America's Best Dance Crew, replacing former judge Shane Sparks. He left after 5 seasons to focus on his music career. From 2011 to 2017, in early 2011, Omarion worked on his first mixtape presented by DJ Drama titled "The Awakening," originally set to be released on April 27, 2011. The mixtape was instead released on May 11, 2011. In November 2011, Omarion was seen on set with Japanese star Kota Kumi. On December 6, 2011, it was revealed that he collaborated with the star on the song "Slow" for her 2012 album Japanese Japan Japanesque and appeared in the music video. On May 2nd, 2012, Omarion signed with Rick Ross' label Maybach Music Group and Warner Brothers Records. He then appeared on "Self Made Volume 2," which made the top 10 on the Billboard 200. Also in 2012, Omarion signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation management. On November 29th, 2012, he released his debut EP, "Care Package." September 2013 saw the release of Self Made Volume 3 featuring Omarion, which also reached the top 10 on Billboard 200 at number 4. Care Package 2, his second EP, was released on November 5th, 2013. On February 14th, 2014, he released You Like It, the first single in promotion of his fourth studio album, Sex Playlist. On August 18th, Omarion was cast to be a part of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood along with his mother and girlfriend April Jones while awaiting the arrival of their first child. In November 2014, he released a second single, Post to Be, featuring Chris Brown and Janae Aiko. Sex Playlist was released on December 2nd, 2014. Post to Be gained substantial commercial success, reaching number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song peaked in the top 10 on the urban radio chart, the arithmetic chart, and the Hot R&B hip hop songs chart, reaching gold status by the RIAA in May 2015. The song also won him a Soul Train Music Award for Best Collaboration. In June 2015, Omarion stated in an interview that he wanted to open his own dance studio by the end of the year. He released his third EP, Care Package 3, on November 12th, 2015. November 2017 was met with the release of the fourth EP, Care Package 4. Omarion released the song Distance in 2017, for which he filmed a music video in South Africa. From 2018 to the present, the Millennium Tour and the Connection. In 2018, he was featured on the track Tell Me from Anati's album Artifact. That same year, he also appeared in the Get It Now remix music video by Tiwa Savage as a featured artist. Um, Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. In 2019, B2K briefly reformed to go on the Millennium Tour, um, joined by supporting acts Mario, Ying Yang Twins, Chingy, Pretty Ricky, Bobby V, and Lloyd. The tour kicked off on March 8th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and wrapped up on April 28th in Louisville, Kentucky. It was later announced that Omarion will be continuing the Millennium Tour without his bandmates and with Bow Wow and other acts added to the lineup for 2020 dates. The group was nominated for Top R&B Tour at the 2020 Billboard Music Awards. In 2020, Omarion released the single "Can You Hear Me," featuring a guest verse from T-Pain. The single was announced as the lead song from Omarion's fifth album, The Connection. On October 29th, Omarion presents Thriller Night, premiered on YouTube in celebration of the album release. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, hold on. Where was I? Where was I? Yeah, oh, yes. On October 29th, Omarion presents Thrill Night, premiered on YouTube in celebration of the album release. The event included Prince Jackson live from Michael Jackson's Havenhurst estate. Omarion released The Connection on October 30th, 2020. In 2021, Omarion competed in 5 seasons of The Masked Singer as the wild card contestant Yeti. Certain performances have the Yeti's feet swapped out with different footwear. He finished in fourth place. Damn. On May 31st, 2021, we will never forget with Omarion, Layla Hathaway, and Kiara Sheard was released by being featured in the documentary film Dreamland: The Burning of Black Wall Street, which was executive produced by LeBron James, with all proceeds going to Color of Change. Omarion headlined the Millennium Tour in fall of 2021 and concurrently released a single with Soulja Boy and Bow Wow titled EX. Oh yeah, X, yes, from his forthcoming album Sex Playlist 2, which he announced through Song Trust. He was nominated for Top R&B Tour and Top Rap Tour at the 2022 Billboard Music Awards, winning the latter award alongside Bow Wow. On June 23rd, 2022, he did a verses on season 2 with Mario. He soon after announced his new book, Unbothered, the, the Power of Choosing Joy. His second book after 2005's O, which was published by MTV. He also announced a new five-part series called Omega, The Gift and the Curse, set for pay-per-view release on July 21st, 2022, via the website Omarion Worldwide. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I really okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the because I already reviewed. You got served already. I already did that. Um, and I already did. Okay. So obviously, let's go over the awards. Um, well, he got a mixture of a nomination and awards that he won. So this is like a whole list of stuff that he did. So Diamond Platinums featuring Omarion African Beauty Best Collaboration won that award that year of 2018. And yes, um, favorite soul R&B male artist. Um, he got a nomination in 2005 for the American Music Awards, BET Awards. Yes, he got a nomination for Best New Artist and Viewer's Choice for O. And Post to Be featuring Chris Brown and Janae Aiko. Um, also got a nomination for Top R&B Song and got a nomination for Top R&B Tour. 2022 Millennium Tour with B2K, but this time in 2022, the Millennium Tour alongside Bow Wow, Top Rap Tour, he won that. Top R&B Tour, he won that as no, he got a nomination. Sorry. Um, what else? Urban Music Awards, Most Inspiring Act, he won that award in 2007. So the NAACP Image Awards, he got a nomination for Outstanding New Artist and Outstanding Duo or Group with Bow Wow. Grammy Awards for Contemporary R&B Album got a nomination, and iHeartRadio Music Awards um, also got a nomination for Song of the Year. MTV Music Movie Awards, he got a nominee for You Got Served, Best Male Breakthrough Performance, Best Dance Sequence with Marcus Houston. Um, Soul Train Music Awards, he won for Best Collaboration. Teen Choice Awards, um, You Got Served got a nomination for Choice Breakout Movie Star Male. All Choice Music Makeout Song, Choice Music R&B Artist, Touch Choice Music R&B Track, Hey Baby Jump Off for Bow Wow Choice Music R&B Track also got a nomination. Now we go to Mario, who was also featured in the Versus battle, actually. So Mario is an R&B, is an American R&B singer and songwriter. Born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. He signed a record deal with J Records at the age of 14 and recorded his self-titled debut album released in 2002. It includes the top 10 single Just a Friend 2002, his second album Turning Point was released in 2004 and produced the number one single Let Me Love You, which won him the Billboard Music Awards. His third album, Go, was released in December 2007. Excuse me. um, and included the singles How Do I Breathe, Crying Out for Me, and Music for Love. His fourth studio album, DNA, was released in 2009 and included the singles Breakup, um, featuring Gucci Mane and Sean Garrett, and Thinking About You. At the end of the 2000s decade, Mario was ranked number 98 by Billboard on their Artist of the Decade list. His fifth album, Dancing Shadows, released in 2018, saw him in a more introspective sound than previous albums. Okay. Aside from his career in music, he appeared in several television shows and films such as Step Up 2006, Freedom Riders in 2007, and Empire 2018 to 2020. In 2019, Mario starred in the live television production of the musical Rent. Let's see. Let's go to his music career. All right. So in July 2001, rather, Mario began recording his first major label debut album, self-titled Mario, which was nearly a year before the official release in March 2002. The album's lead single, Just a Friend 2002, which was a cover of Biz Marquis's song, was a success, peaking at number one on the charts. Follow-up singles were Braid My Hair and Come On. He was the opening act on the Scream Tour 3, which featured headliners such as B2K, Marcus Houston, Nick Cannon, Janae Aiko, and Aja, excuse me. As of 2006, his debut album has sold over 700,000 copies. During this period, he became a draw in the teen market. 2004 to 2006 turning point. After his debut album, he was released. Mario wanted to record an album that was more mature. He enlisted a number of well-known producers to help him, such as Scott Storch and Lil Jon. He released his second album, Turning Point, on December 7th, 2004. The album was more successful than his first, mainly because of his single Let Me Love You. The single, described by reviewers as melodic and sweetly lilting, reminiscent of Michael Jackson's vintage romantic ballads, was successful, peaking at number one on the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 consecutive weeks. The single was written by Neo. Other other follow-up singles include How Could You, co-written by Jay Valentine with a cameo appearance in the video by rapper Cassidy. Here I Go Again, um, with Joseph, who starred in the video. Um, starred model, what is it? Singer Cassie. And Boom, featuring Juvenile. To date, Turning Point is the certified platinum and the lead single double platinum. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right. Let me see. Yeah, to date, Turning Point is certified platinum and the lead single double platinum. In February 2006, Mario filed a lawsuit against his former manager, Troy Patterson, alleging that Patterson had paid him $50,000 for the sale of more than 3 million records, which was later found to be false accusations. Mario was later sued by Patterson and lost. Mario's new manager is Jay Irving, and he was chosen by Mario. From 2007 to 2008, Go. Mario's third album, Go, is dedicated to his mom, Shantia Hardaway, and was released in South Africa under Gallo Records on October 9th, 2007, in the US on December 11, 2007. The album includes collaborations with Jermaine Dupri, Neo, Janice Robinson, Scott Storch, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, Timbaland, and Brian Michael Cox. Mario had more creative control on Go than on his previous two albums. The first single from the album was How Do I Breathe, which was released in May. The second single was Crying Out for Me after a poll on his website. The single was later certified gold by the RIAA. On December 13th, 2007, Mario was on 106 in Park, where he stated that the third single off the album will be Music for Love. The album was made available for the public to listen to on his MySpace page before its release. He released the song "Do Right" on December 11th. Go has sold 331,540 copies in the U.S. MySpace been played out after that actually, so nobody uses that shit no more. In an interview with DJ Z, Mario started no stated that problems with the record label caused the album launch to be pushed back to 6 to 8 months. In 2008, Mario competed on season 6 of Dancing with the Stars. He was partnered with Karina Smirnoff. Not the drink, not the fucking drink. Oh shit. They were eliminated in week 8 of the competition. 2009 to 2010 DNA. In 2009 interview with Wrap Up.com, Mario said that Soul Truth Entertainment was his new entertainment company. Before the release of his third album, Go, Mario confirmed in an interview with that he was working on a new album by the time school starts back up, like after next summer. But there's really even more than that. Cause I'm gonna start recording like at the end of January. The album is involving a wide range of producers and songwriters such as Darkchild, Babyface, Paulo the Don, um, Red One, and CJ of Charlie Productions, Malay, Jazzy Face, Stargate, KP, Tricky, Stewart, and The Dream. Hold on. All right. Who was that? Who was that? In The Dream. Maury said that he would like to work with no more than 4 producers for this album. Mario has described this album as world music, an old school R&B influence with a modern dance pop sound. The album is being described as his most personal, colossal album of his career. In January 2009, Mario became the face of Pelly Pell's European Spring Summer campaign, with various press shots running through the first part of the year. For his fourth album, DNA, the lead single Breakup was released on April 28th, 2009. The song features Sean, the Penn, Garrett, and Gucci Mane. In the US, the song peaked at number 2 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop chart and 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, um, becoming Mario's most successful single in 5 years. The single has been certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America for a shipment of over 500,000 units. Thinking About You was released as the second single, reaching number 45 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop chart. Stranded never labeled as the single due to the limited airplay that it received. Lack of interest led to the single being canceled, although in January 2010, the song entered on the Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs, peaking at number 84. Ooh Baby was confirmed to be the third single from the album. Um, it peaked on the week of March 19, 2010. debuting on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 95. The album was made available for the public to listen to on his MySpace page before its release. The album debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200, selling 38,000 copies in its first week, becoming Mario's lowest selling debut in the United States. So far, it has sold 93,385 copies in the US. From 2011 to 2016, of course, canceled albums and departure from RCA Records. Mario recorded an album with producer Rico Love from 2010 to mid 2011 under the tentative title Restoration. Songs from this album included My Bed, Killer, Bermuda, The Walls, Recovery, Falling Down, and Computer Love. During Mario's appearance on BET's 106 in Park on July 10th, 2013, Mario stated that he felt the album recorded with Rico Love did not feel part of his career plan and that he scrapped that album and went on to record his then titled album Evolve, which was set to be released in September 2013, but was delayed to 2014 for the fifth album. Mario stated the album will include love songs, ballads, club records, and general R&B, and has has said there will be no EDM songs on this album. Mario took writers Jeremiah Sickpen, Bethia, and Jimmy Bonet under his wing, amongst others, to write for this album. Production on the album includes work by Glass John, Bam Alexander, Paulo the Don, and possibly Neo. In an interview with Vibe, Mario was asked what direction he was trying to go with the fifth album. His answer was, I want to give as much honesty as I can. I want to be honest, but grab the attention of everybody, but still compete. So when you hear it on the radio, it's pushing the envelope. The melodies coming out of me now are unorthodox. Melodies I've never expressed before. He also confirmed he has 5 tracks that are definitely on. These tracks are like movies, they are intense, he added. Nevertheless, the album will probably feature a song centered on his mother, written by himself. In August 2011, RCA Music Group announced it was disbanding J Records along with Arista Records and Jive Records. With the shutdown, Mario and all other artists previously signed to these 3 labels will be his future albums on the RCA Records label. Through his official Twitter page on May 17, 2013, Mario confirmed that he has been working with Polo the Don for the lead single Somebody Else featuring rapper Nicki Minaj was already recorded and released. The song was made available in the iTunes store on May 21st, 2013. He thanked Polo the Don, Jeremiah Ronaldo, Nicki Minaj, and CJ Hilton for composing the song. He stated that his album would be released in September 2013 and may include guest appearances from Minaj, J. Cole, and Seven Streeter. Fatal Distraction will be his next single. Mario announced during a US a Ustream interview with Music Choice. His album will be released in October 2013, but was pushed back. The second single, Fatal Distraction, was released on September 10th, 2013. After that, Mario parted ways with RCA Records due to creative differences. In the summer of 2015, Mario announced that he was planning on releasing a new album titled Never Too Late. It was scheduled to be released on December 4th, 2015, but this album release never materialized due to disagreements with management. It was to be supported by the single Forever featuring Rick Ross, produced by Scott Storch and Drado, which was only leaked online but never was released commercially. The album, which was completely produced by Storch, has been indefinitely shelved. From 2016 to the present, New Citizen label, Dancing Shadows, closer to Mars EP and upcoming sixth album. In May 2016, Mario premiered his new single, I Need More, on Zane Lowe's Beats One show. He also announced that his fifth studio album would be now titled Paradise Cove, that is set to be released off of his newly founded independent new label, New Citizen. On December 13th, 2016, he released the single off the album, which is called Let Me Help You. In March 2017, in an interview with Music Choice, Mari released that his fifth album will be no longer called Paradise Cove, and that the new album title is called Cosmo 17, stating the new album title is Cosmo 17, and I love Paradise Cove too, absolutely. I can't say that this album has an island vibe. I think Let Me Help You is the only record. The rest of the album developing, it kind of took a life of its own. It's kind of like I was talking to myself as a kid, telling him like love still exists, like it's still real, like you know you still believe in it. Don't give up. And if you can't find it here on Earth, maybe you gotta go to the cosmos to find it. He has released a new single from Cosmo 17. Pain is the new pleasure on June 16th, 2017. In October, he collaborated um with Third Life and Kelly Lay on a new charity single called For Love. Mario spoke with the Fun X radio station during the All My Music Festival in June 2018, announcing that the album Cosmo 17 is now retitled Dancing Shadows and will be released in the late fall with a new single called Drowning. We changed the name of it. Making an album is like giving birth to something. You go through different names and different vibes. On July 20th, 2018, Mario released Drowning and the accompanying music video. This song is about being faced with the reality of having multiple women I love for different reasons, he said in the press statement. On September 14th, 2018, the title track of Mario's fifth album of the same name was released. On October 5th, 2018, Dancing Shadows was finally released. Mario released the single Closer on April 24th, 2020. It appears on his EP Closer to Mars, which was released on October 16th, 2020. While his upcoming sixth album is ready to release sometime in 2021. Mars was released as the second single from the EP on October 2nd, 2020, alongside its music video. The third single, Pretty Mouth Magic, was released on October 16th, 2020, alongside its music video. Okay, other ventures, like I said, he started acting. So Mario starred as Miles Darby in Step Up, a dance themed film released on August 11th, 2006. He also appeared in Freedom Riders, which was released on January 5th, 2007. Mario did not take acting classes before undertaking the role. Mario has stated that he would like to own his own film production company entitled Inside Paris Productions and become a director. On March, yeah, that's I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that though. He should be able to, create his own stuff. I mean, I'm not mad at that. So let me make some noise. Let's make some noise right here, man. Hold on. Okay. On March 5th, 2009, Mario said on Twitter that he had made an ABC network testing for a new pilot. As a result, he made an announcement to the electric company on PBS with the soft G. He stated in 101 as Spirit's date to the dance. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. Night Riders is a production team of which Mario was a part of. The team included Sterling Sims, Warren Oak, Felder, and Marsha of Fortry. Aside from producing songs for Mario's third album, Go, the team has written and produced songs for Jennifer Lopez, Chris Brown, Jordan Sparks, Usher, and Raymond Simone. Mario claimed to be more of the songwriter in the team. In an interview with Wrap Up, he said that he was no longer a part of Night Riders. Do Right Foundation Mars Do Right Foundation was established in March 2008 to educate and inspire children who suffer from the drug addictions of their parents. In May, Mario published a notice on the Facebook page of the foundation saying that he had been in the studio in Miami all night re recording the song Do Right from his 2007 album Go. um, okay, since 2016, Mario founded his independent record label, New Citizen LLC, and has signed a partnership deal with Empire for distribution. In 2020, Mario partnered with The Orchard to distribute future music releases after he parted ways from Empire. Okay. That's about, yeah. And what's coming? I don't know. Hold on a second. Something coming up for 2024. So to be announced, to be confirmed, to be determined or decided or declared, and other variations are placeholder terms used very broadly in event planning and to um, intro, in, indicate that through something is scheduled or expected to happen, a particular aspect of that remains to be fixed or set. So that's just pretty much it. Whatever is coming out in 2024, we'll wait and see. That's gonna be that's 2 years from now, folks. So I'm not sure what the issue is as far as the studio album. We'll see what happens though, man. You know what I mean? And yes, he did 4 films actually. Yes, he did 4 films actually. For the most part, yes. So all right. Now we go to Tank. Okay. Tank was born on January 1st, 1976. Is an American R&B singer, songwriter, producer, and actor. He is known for singles "Maybe I Deserve" in 2001, "Please Don't Go" 2007, and "When We" 2017. According to Billboard, Tank has sold 1.6 million albums in the U.S. as of 2013. Okay, now we're gonna go to, yeah. So he was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and moved with his family as a child to Maryland. He was a multi sport athlete at Milwaukee Lutheran High School and Crossland High School and was offered the opportunity to play college football. However, Tank decided to focus on music, and his talent eventually led him to an opportunity to sing background vocals for Genuine during one of the latter's tours. Tank also became a backing singer for Aaliyah, who he had met through Genuine in 1997. Tank later signed as an artist with Aaliyah's record label Blackground Records. So here we go. Music career. So from 2001 to 2007, Force of Me. for some. Well, actually, let's go over. Yeah, let's go over the music discography. So, all right. So, Force of Nature, One Man and Sex, Love and Pain. In 2001, Tank released his debut album, Force of Nature, which spawned the moderate hit Maybe I Deserve. In 2002, Tank released his second album, One Man, and a single of the same name. In 2002, Tank would later be featured on late R&B singer Aaliyah's first posthumous compilation album, I Care For You. Tank released his third solo album, Sex, Love, and Pain, in May 2007. The lead single of the album was the minor hit Please Don't Go, which peaked at number 21 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. Later in that year, Tank Genuine, and Tyrese formed a group called TGT. The group was put on hold due to contractual issues, but would go on to sign a contract with Atlantic Records in September 2012. From 2010 to 2014, Now or Never, This Is How I Feel and Stronger. Tank released his fourth studio album, Now or Never, in December 2010. Tank collaborated with artists who included Chris Brown, Drake, Latoya Luckett on this project. The singles were Sex Music, I Can't Make You Love Me, and Emergency. Tank released his fifth studio album, This Is How I Feel. In May 2012, Tank collaborated with the artists Chris Brown, Busta Rhymes, T.I., and Chris Stevens on the album. The song Compliments, featuring Chris Stevens and T.I., was released as the single in October 2011. On September 14th, 2013, Tank sang the U.S. national anthem before the Floyd Mayweather versus Saul Alvarez fight in Las Vegas, Nevada. His sixth studio album, Stronger, was released in August 2014. It featured the singles You Are My Star and the title track. They did not make the U.S. Hot 100, but both peaked in the top 20 of the U.S. Urban AC chart. The album marked a slight departure from his previous releases, focusing on a retro R&B sound for the album. Following disappointing sales of the release, Tank had claimed that the album would be his last. From 2015 to present, Love no, excuse me, Sex, Love, and Pain 2, Savage, and R&B Money. In February 2015, a mixtape album, If You Were Mine, was released. Later that year, Tank premiered a new single, You Don't Know, featuring Wale. It served as the lead single for his seventh studio album, Sex, Love, and Pain 2, released in January 2016. The album debuted at number one on the Billboard R&B chart and number 15 on the US Top 200 charts, 200 albums chart. A second single, hashtag B-Day, followed later that year. In addition to a holiday EP, a classic Christmas night in December, released independently. In May 2017, Tank performed at Washington, D.C.'s Black Gay Pride event, garnering both praise and criticism and setting off a debate concerning the rare instances male R&B artists perform at LGBT events. In September 2017, Tank released his eighth studio album, Savage. The album's lead single, When We, has peaked at number 86 on the Billboard Hot 100. In October 2019, Tank um, released his ninth studio album, Elevation. He then released a piano-laced EP titled While You Wait on March 27, 2020. Um, on February 26, 2021, Tank released the single Can't Let It Show of the chorus, Let It Show of which the chorus interpolates the 1989 Kate Bush single "This Woman's Work." Kate Bush is credited for the song alongside Tank. In in August 2021, it was announced that the Blackground Records would be re-releasing discographies of artists including Tank, Aaliyah, Tony Braxton, and Timbaland and Magoo. Tank's first three studio albums were reissued on CD, cassette, vinyl, digital download, and for the first time streaming on September 17, 2021. On October 29th, 2021, Tank released I Deserve from his upcoming 10th and final album, R&B Money. The single reached the top 10 on the R&B radio chart. Tank was nominated for the first time for an American Music Award for Favorite Soul and R&B Male Artist. Held on November 21st, 2021, he lost to The Weeknd. Hmm. All right, so let's get to R&B Money. R&B Money is the 10th studio album by American R&B singer Tank. It was released on August 19, 2022 by Atlantic Records and his synergetic label R&B Money, after which the album was titled. Prior to the release, Tank announced that R&B Money will be his final studio album, triggered in part by loss of hearing in his right ear in 2021. Um, Now the singles, Can't Let It Show, February 26th. I Deserve, October 29th. Now let's see, chart performance. R&B Money debuted and peaked at number 36 on the U.S. Billboard Top Current Album Sales in the week of September 3rd, 2022. The same week, it also reached number 60 on the U.S. Top Album Sales chart. The album became Tank's first project to reach neither the Billboard 200 nor the top R&B hip hop albums chart. So let's see. So R&B Money, When You Dance, Home, Limit featuring Alex Isley, Slow featuring Jay Valentine, Morning, no, excuse, yeah, Morning featuring Vito, Can't Let It Show, See Through Love featuring Chris Brown, Spoil Her Heart, I Deserve, Too Late, Make Sure featuring Feather. Oh shit. Let's Take a Ride featuring Rotimi and T Verse. It's Nothing, Awesome featuring Black Tuxedo, Regular, and Summer Killer. Now the charts. It peaked at number 36 on the U.S. Top Current Album Sales Billboard for 2022. And um, let's go over his podcast. I forgot to actually go over that right there. So let's go over. Hold on a minute. Let's let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over his podcast real quick. Hold on. All right. So we're gonna go to segment that I haven't done in a long time. So this is called Podcast Juice Reviews. So there it is, Podcast Juice Reviews. Let's get into it right now. Um, all right. So all right, let's get into it. Let's get into it though. All right. All right, one more time. All right. Okay. We're gonna go over his podcast actually. So let's get into it. Um, yeah, his thing is called R&B Money. Okay, here it is. So R&B Money, which came out recently this year. So R&B Money is hosted by the legendary Grammy Award-winning R&B singer, songwriter, producer, and actor Tank, and his business partner, multi-platinum songwriter and executive Jay Valentine. This podcast is for the, the super dedicated R&B fans, covering everything from Key Sweat to Pink Sweats. Oh shit! Oh man, Pink Sweats. R&B Money has created a fly space for artists and executives in the game to reminisce with exceptional, compelling storytelling and a place of discovery for the fans. Now, you want to check it out. It's on, it's not only on the Black Effect Podcast Network, it's also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and along with other streaming platforms. So how you get that's where you get your podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you can check it out. Uh, You're pretty much gonna look for some substance in regards to reminiscing R&B and stuff like that. That's the podcast you want to check out. So let's get to. All right, so we got some gaming stuff that we had to come to actually. So let's get into um all right, let's get into the video game chamber right now, man. Let's do this right now, man. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so we got some upcoming games that's coming up. Not just the end of October, but we also got some games coming up in November. So starting with Endling, Extinction is Forever, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series on November 3rd. Also coming out on the 3rd is How to Say Goodbye for Nintendo Switch, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. The Chant for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. The Entropy, the Entropy Sensor, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. WRZ Generations, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And for November 4th, I already went over it. All right, so Demon Throttle, Harvestella for Nintendo Switch and PC. Demon Throttle for Nintendo Switch. It Takes Two for Nintendo Switch. I already went over the review already. A Little to the Left for PC, Mac for November 8th. Also coming out on the 8th is Football Manager 2023, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Oddworld Soulstorm for Nintendo Switch. Also comes out on November the 8th. And we got two reviews we got to get to. So, Sifu for Nintendo Switch will be the next one right here. Yeah. So let's get to this right here. All right. So what we have here is playing Oddworld Soulstorm is an arduous as Abe's quest to liberate his Moldokan brethren from slavery. Each step is a supreme test of patience as you methodically Guide your followers through challenging hazards, sweating over the fact that one slip up could unravel all your effort. If you enjoy putting up with that old school challenge, you might love this journey. However, if you are a newcomer or a fan that believes this style of platformer hasn't aged very well, turn back now. Soulstorm doesn't do enough to modernize the series' tedious gameplay and a litany of severe technical hiccups spoil Abe's attempted comeback. A reimagining of our world, Abe's Exodus, Soulstorm's gameplay remains largely the same. You recruit and guide followers through 2D platforming stages littered with dangers. Yeah. As charming as the classic Oddworld games are, they can be frustratingly difficult, and that hasn't changed much in Soulstorm. Most slick enemies and other hazards mob Abe down instantly, and I was infuriated by how little wiggle room I had to correct course when things went sideways. Abe drops so fast that it makes the health meter seem like a cruel tease. While playing Soulstorm, I often felt like I was walking on eggshells because of that high price of failure. Retracing every step, recruiting every Modokan, and carefully guiding them through a gauntlet of foes is soul crushing when it all falls apart in seconds. Dying to unexpected perils like being suddenly gunned down by off-screen enemies feels cheap and happens way too often. A crafting system serves as Soulstorm's biggest addition, but it doesn't feel necessary. You must repeatedly gather the same ingredients every time you die. Oh shit. By searching lockers, trash cans, and fallen foes, which wore me down in a hurry after repeatedly replaying certain actions, certain sections. The crafted tools themselves, like proximity mines, smoke screens, even a flamethrower, do add a welcome element of flexibility and improvisation to gameplay. Dropping smoke screens to create hiding spots anywhere is nice, but I wished I didn't have to make these items myself and grew tired of digging around the same spots over and over. Even when Soulstorm's difficulty eases up, the gameplay is bland. The action feels largely the same from previous games in the series, and that formula doesn't evolve significantly beyond the first few hours. Even the more interesting sequences, like facing down a giant mech aboard a speeding train, are far too punishing to be fun. I'm glad that Abe controls better now. Um, he even has a double jump, but inputs still have a mushy unresponsiveness that makes entertaining actions like possessing excuse me, feel like a hassle. The controls also lead to additional deaths because Abe doesn't act as swiftly as you need him to, especially during the ill-fitted, overly demanding combat arenas that pit you against waves of baddies while you try to protect fleeing Modokins. Soulstorm would be a tough recommendation for anyone outside of diehard fans of if it performed flawlessly. But I recommend several progress sabotaging bugs, um, even after installing the big A1 patch that should scare off even those players. When I died, Mudokin sometimes failed to respond alongside me, even though my tally indicated they were still alive and under my command. That meant I lost out on turning in my followers that I spent ages trying to safely liberate, which negatively affected my overall quama, a vital metric in determining which of the four endings you get. Abe occasionally gets stuck in environmental geometry, forcing a restart. At one point, I fell into an infinite loop. One escape portal permanently vanished once I reached it, forcing me to abandon followers. A gun in a late game turret sequence failed to shoot despite working fine in previous segments. After multiple restarts, I randomly discovered that clicking the right stick fixed the weapon for some reason, allowing it to fire. I spent over an hour trying to lead a large group of followers through a particularly challenging area. But once I opened the exit door, an invisible wall prevented me from moving forward. I was forced to restart this entire lengthy sequence twice before the exit worked properly. Soulstorm's gameplay pushed my patience to its limits, but these bugs sent me over the edge and made me nervous every time I started a new level. What on earth is going to screw me over this time? I regularly ask myself. Soulstorm's faults are a shame because its narrative and presentation brought a smile to my face. Abe and his pals are goofy, delightful underdogs I couldn't help but root for. The enjoyable story is packed with heart and the cutscenes look great. I wanted to welcome Abe into a new generation of gaming with open arms, but Soulstorm fails to make a case for why its brand of cinematic platforming works today. In fact, Soulstorm only reaffirmed that Abe's past adventures are best viewed with rose colored glasses. Now, the concept is to help Abe liberate his fellow Modokans from glucon tyranny while unraveling the truth behind his own destiny. The graphics, the CG cutscenes look great, and I love seeing the camera pan out while dozens of Modokans scurry in the background. The sound, this voice acting remains charming and humorous, but the soundtrack is unremarkable. Damn. Damn. The platforming feels much better when compared to new and tasty, but these controls are still stiff and clunky and can cost you your life against the quick drawing enemies. Soulstorm has oodles of charm, but tedious design and annoying bugs make an experience that only the most hardcore and forgiving Oddworld fans might enjoy. And the replay is moderately low. Yeah, I guess this person's pretty much his ass is hurt, man. You can tell his ass is hurt. All right, um up next is what is it? Saifu, excuse me. And then I'll get to Sonic Frontiers next. Mastering a martial art takes years, if not a lifetime. Disciplines must hone their bodies to the point that they perform every attack, every counter, every movement with pinpoint precision. A skilled warrior must move without thinking. Likewise, mastering Saifu's combat system takes a high degree of dedication and practice. Like a true martial artist, you must push through the practice pains before you reap any rewards. In 2017, Slow Clap released the martial arts themed action RPG Absolver, which let players design their own combat system as they battled other online players in a unique fantasy world. Absolver suffered from its barren environment and uninspired quest design, but its core combat was solid. Soul Clap's follow up game sharpens that combat system around a more focused single player adventure. The premise is promising, though the execution is flawed. At its heart, Saifu is a simple revenge story. 8 years ago, a band of mysterious thugs brutally murdered your master, and you've dedicated your life to hunting them down and enacting justice. Unfortunately, the ringleaders of this attack hide behind, no, excuse me, behind dozens of bodyguards, and the odds aren't in your favor. But where your opponents have the numbers, you have the gift of resurrection. A magical talisman, excuse me, at your hip revives you when you fall in battle. The catch is that each time you die, you age. What? Wait a minute here. So the catch is that each time you die, you age. That's very scary. Every death adds one digit to a death counter that dictates how many years you age during rebirth. For example, after your first death, you only age 1 year, but after a few knockdowns, you can lose 5 or 6 years in a matter of seconds. This aging system is a neat way to track your progress across the game, and I like watching my character's posture change as the gray hair and wrinkles set in. Soul Clap designed its combat system around the movements of Pak Mei Kung Fu, a centuries old martial art full of fluid and often explosive attacks. These stylized characters and fluid animations allow for stunting combat encounters that feel ripped from the very best kung fu um, films. In one moment, I smashed an enemy into a table, sending broken glass um, and table legs in all directions. The next second, I kicked the basket across the room, sending one attacker tumbling to the floor before smashing the bottle across the face of another um, nearby foe. When everything fires on all cylinders, Saifu's battles are well choreographed ballets of broken bones and standing atop a pile of beaten enemies in an incredible rush I chased throughout the entire experience. Unfortunately, flawlessly navigating Saifu's battles uh, takes incredible precision with strict timing requirements that detract from the flow of play. Experts' use of blocks, dodges, and counters are required to survive on these mean streets, and one simple slip up exposes you to an opponent's attack. These foes also hit hard, taking off a generous portion of your health bar, which feels punishing. You earn a silver of health back by performing advanced takedowns, but that recovery is meager compared to what you lose during a single enemy combo. Fighting enemies in packs ramps up the challenge, and you must maintain situational awareness and balance every threat while dishing out the pain. I love this added tactical element to combat, but I don't appreciate having to simultaneously fight the camera. Enemies occasionally pop in from off screen to disrupt your combos, and those attacks feels like cheap shots. Completing any level of Saifu is a sizable but rewarding challenge. Unfortunately, the game structure exasperates that challenge. Once you reach the ripe old age of 70, your talisman completely breaks and it's game over. What the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's crazy. Hold on. That's crazy right there, man. When this happens, you must completely restart the level, which really sucks, though. That shit really sucks, though, man. For all the gamers is actually doing this shit, though, man. Oh my fucking gosh, man. Wow. 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 When this happens, yes, yeah. A few unlockable shortcuts make each run at a boss a little more manageable, but I still grew tired of running through the same areas repeatedly until I perfected my approach. To make matters worse, you start each level at whatever age you completed the previous level. This makes logical sense, but from a gameplay perspective, it compelled me to continually revisit earlier levels to finish them at a younger age. So I had more years to play with later. Um, as you earn your lumps, you also gain experience, which you can use to purchase new abilities. Some of these skills seem essential, such as the ability to kick environmental objects at foes. Shrines scattered across the environment offer additional perks like upgraded weapon damage or a boost to the amount of health you regain after each takedown. Sadly, some abilities and perks are locked off as you age, which forced me to once again return to the early levels to grind out enough experience to unlock those skills before I aged out of them permanently. This entire process was a bit exhausting. Like a 20-year-old combatant, Saifu comes out of the gate strong. Its core combat feels excellent, and the moment to moment action looks better than most Hollywood blockbusters. Sadly, as you progress, the action begins to show its teeth and eventually becomes a tiresome grind. Saifu deserves props for its incredible sense of style and tone, but it is also a great example of why growing old isn't always fun. Yep, growing old is not always fun, man. I can tell you that much, though. Yes, I could tell you that much, though. And one more thing we gotta go over, and that's Sonic Frontiers. That's also coming out on the 8th of November, which is for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Um, when it comes out, I'm probably gonna go over the gameplay too. So we'll see what's going. We're gonna see what's going on with that one right there. Um. So yeah. I'm going to stop right there. And next time I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything with certain games like God of War, Ragnarok, Atari 50, Resident Evil 2, Tactics Ogre Reborn, Um, and yeah, and I think that's gonna do it for this episode right here. That's gonna do it for this episode right here, man. You you are more than welcome to actually make a charitable donation to my Cash App, so you can get a better idea on so you get a better idea on the review show of this podcast right here that I just reviewed and all that stuff right there. The music artists, the video games that's coming out, and the gameplay along with the graphics and stuff. Now, I did talk to certain people in regards to whether they care for the gameplay or the graphics, and I actually asked somebody, and this person said that Minecraft is the only game whose heads that look like boxes. I was like, damn. Which is crazy to me, man. But it just goes to show when you have gamer friends that you knew from college or whatever, it actually helps because when you are doing reviews of video games that that's up and coming, that's upcoming and previously came out or whatever, you get a better idea on how the graphics are going to look, whether the graphics is trash or whether the graphics is lit. So that's pretty much what this is, though. So of course you can donate to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY slash capital no excuse me capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about having a lot of money. You don't have to be from a rich family to donate and um basically um you know show that you have a lot of money to do your donations. It's not about that. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide to donate will be appreciated, especially on Anchor as well. So there you have it right there. All right, so we're gonna go to a very last segment. Very last segment is called Stream Choices on the Go. So let's get into it right about now. You know what to do. You love this podcast, especially my other podcasts or whatever that I do on a weekly basis. Why don't you show some love by following Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast on Instagram alongside with my other shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, which is the sports edition show, by the way, and my number one show that reached 201 episodes, which is off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast, which is on Facebook and Instagram. I know I haven't been on Facebook as much, but I'm more on Instagram more because it's a lot easier than Facebook. So you know what I'm saying. So I do post on Facebook as well. So that's just how I operate. And you can follow me on the primary handle of G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications so you can be in the know on when each episode is going to drop. Um, as the schedule goes, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays is when you're going to be getting the episodes on every streaming platforms whatsoever. And speaking of streaming platforms, you can also leave a voice message on anchor.fm/meticulous vibe juice pod. And of course, I will go over where you can listen to the episodes and stuff. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you download these apps onto your iPhones, your Androids, your iPads, and your Android tablets, as well as I go on to list the names of each streaming platform so you pay attention. All right. Now, starting with Anchor. Um, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and also be sure to actually give a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, Apple Podcasts, and along with Spotify. You can leave a 5-star rating on Spotify as well. That'll be appreciated. So So you can also listen to Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show episodes on Radio Public alongside with iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. You don't need a credit card or a debit card to actually download this app, man. It's free. You know what I'm saying? And be sure to follow my other shows on there, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show that's also on iHeartRadio, as well as Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast on iHeartRadio as well, with 201 episodes already. And and of course, last but not least, make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast YouTube channel page. Click on the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Make sure you catch up on the episodes in case you miss any of them. And of course, you can also share the episodes, share the videos, download these episodes, listen, stream, and watch these episodes as you catch up. Tell a friend to another friend, and of course, be sure to share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree/Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. That's the link in the bio of the Instagram podcast show page. Make sure you share the link with all the audio streaming platforms on there with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and people you're cool with, and all that great stuff right there. And that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening to episode 91 entitled R&B Money. And of course, like I always say at the end of the show, the grind doesn't stop. If you want something, you have to work hard for it and you have to earn it. New York wasn't built in a day. And you also want to find your voice, be you, especially in whatever career field you're trying to do. Follow your dreams, follow your goals and dreams so you can find yourself a way for you to do what you love, and of course for the art, for the soul, the mind, and the heart. Make sure you find something that makes you happy, mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's very important. Um, of course, mental health matters as far as your well-being, and from and the most important key here is to also, you know, don't let anybody stop you or tell you what you can and can't do as far as your ability and as far as your skills or whatever case scenario may be. It's all about you. It's not about being a people pleaser. And for the most part, you also want to find that spark that clicks to you as far as your ideas, that gets you into your zone creatively speaking. And and alongside with having that tunnel vision, that's also important too. All right, that's gonna do it. I'm clocking out. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much for listening to episode 91. And of course, be sure to tune in next time. In episode 92, we're going to be going over the Thor movies. So so stick around for that one. Peace and one love. And take care of one another and enjoy the rest of your Halloween weekend, folks.